have PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford turn the corner for the Mavericks? We'll discuss that more coming up next on the DLLS Mavs podcast. What's up? It's the DLLS Mavs podcast live in our downtown Dallas DLLS Sports Studios. Kevin Gray alongside our DLLS Mavs beat writer Ron Harrod Jr. and our DLLS Mavs analyst Bobby Crella. We are DLLS Mavs, your favorite guys, covering your favorite team, especially when there's 12 games left in the regular season. Have Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington turned a bit of a corner for your Dallas Mavericks. Plus, we go around the association, and we will do another tankathon spin today to try to make Bobby happier than the one we did last night.
That is
on our show.
Much needed, dude. Much needed.
On this terrific Thursday now afternoon, first day of the NCAA Tournament, Ron Harrod Jr., what's going on?
Feeling good, man. We get to watch some basketball today.
Basketball.
That's not the NBA. We get some March Madness. I get to watch it with Bobby
Oh, let's go.
What's with the British accent?
and
all of a
Ron
sudden?
Sweeney.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Bobby Crella, what's going on?
Not much, man. Fired up for some basketball. Action's already underway around the country, and it's basically like every 30 minutes a game tips off for
That's
the
right.
next 48 hours of our lives.
That's right.
Let's
That's right.
go. Let's go.
We are already an hour into day one of the NCAA tournament. Tanner, what's going on?
I'm just checking the scores. TCU is up by 17 over Ohio State.
Whoa!
17?
Whoa!
GM Ben is partying hard.
And I picked TCU to win.
Oh,
I know
wow.
basketball.
Wow.
Well, now 15, but whatever.
Yeah.
They're up by,
Double digits, huh?
Yeah, so GM Ben is going crazy.
Shout
He
out
might jump in the chat.
GM Ben. Any other scores of note?
Troy is up by 2 on Nebraska, but it's early.
I picked
Those
Troy
are
to
the
beat
only 2
Nebraska.
games right
Oh,
now.
wow.
Okay.
Upset, I think, technically, right?
So shout out to the Horned Frogs of TCU, up big already on the Ohio State University. We got a lot to get into on today's show. The Mavericks off today and tomorrow. Special night, though, for the Dallas Mavericks, as tonight is the annual Mavs ball taking place for the franchise.
Oh, yeah. Are you going to that?
No.
No. Abby will be
Abby's
there, though.
being there. I'm about to say that.
Abby will
we'll
be-
have representation.
Abby will not only be on the blue carpet, but in the room. So Abby is going to
Okay.
give all sorts of coverage to
Okay.
the timeline tonight. Bless your feeds with everything that happens.
Bobby, can you tell us real quick what the Mavs ball is and what it represents for the franchise every year?
The Mavs ball is a ball about the Mavs. No, it's a everyone dresses up nice. The whole team goes. It's like a suit and tie affair. Gala wear. That's a thing, right?
Yeah.
Everyone dresses fancy and looks good, and they get together, raise a lot of money for the Mavs Foundation, which over the years has poured millions of dollars worth of grants and support into the local DFW community, specifically with schools. And I've taken part in some of those activities over the years whenever I was with the team, and that was always a pleasure and a privilege. Also supporting a lot of different women's foundations, women's shelters, women's charities, and initiatives in the area as well. So really good cause. They usually raise like $1 million or more every night, or every time they do it, once a year. And there's a silent auction, and then there's also a live auction, and usually the players end up dumping some of their own cash into that thing too. So it's a good event. It's a really good event. Good cause.
Do you have a favorite Mavs ball memory that you can share on air that you could think of fairly quickly? If not, it's okay.
No, well, okay, so there was a Mavs ball the year of the vid. They did it like maybe 2 weeks before the NBA shut down. I dressed up real nice. It was at an airplane hangar.
Oh, wow.
By Addison Airport. And I remember sitting down with my boss at the time. We were sipping whiskeys. away kind of from the action, and I looked up on stage, and I forget exactly what the live entertainment was doing, but it was really weird. It was an out-of-body experience. I was like, I'm in an airplane hangar watching this guy. Like, I don't know. I couldn't explain what was happening. It was very, and also there was this feeling that like society is about to end. You know?
Oh wow!
It's like it was just a really, I don't know. It was fun. But over the years,
It was fun knowing this might be my last day.
The last one I ever go
Might
to.
be my last day, but I'm gonna
Boys
get that
to
whiskey
Men
in.
performed one time. That was
wow.
incredible.
Oh wow!
Who
That's
does Never Gonna Get It, Never Gonna Get It, Never Gonna Get It,
great.
Never
Good song,
Gonna
though.
Get
Yeah,
It.
that's a great song.
Who does that?
It might be past my time.
In Vogue. In Vogue performed, and I got to see In Vogue, and it was, a lot of good memories.
That's good though. That's
dope,
dope,
man.
man.
Yeah.
Wish I could be there, but I did not realize the tournament was today.
Yeah, it's a busy
When I
Thursday.
signed up, and
Yeah.
yeah, but we'll have representation. So please follow all of our socials.
Yeah, shout out to Abby's going to be out there providing coverage for DLLS when it comes to the Mavs ball tonight. So they are off tonight, and tomorrow they'll get back on the floor on Saturday evening when they welcome in Kawhi Leonard and the Los Angeles Clippers as they continue their 3-game homestand. Got off to a bad start last night as they got rocked by the hottest team in the NBA. We'll go around the association coming up in our next segment, where the Atlanta Hawks picked up their 11th straight win last night in a 135-120 beatdown of the Mavericks last night. But over the last few games, several games, for a couple of guys, they seem to be rounding into form, and we're particularly talking about Daniel Gafford and P.J. Washington. Let's start with Daniel Gafford, who, of course, signed that contract extension prior to the season, has found his form over the last 5 games, giving you nearly 19 points per game, shooting over 63% from the field, 11.2 rebounds, 24 minutes a night, giving you a block as well. Got 4 double-doubles in the last 5 games that he's played, and has been dealing, of course, with that ankle injury that he suffered 10 minutes into training camp. We know because we were there. Mark Stein and I suffered that injury 10 minutes into training camp. It really hasn't been right ever since. But really, Ron, over the last 2-3 weeks, we were starting to see the Daniel Gafford of old really round himself into form, which could be huge, obviously, for a team where its size right now isn't great. Yes, Marvin Bagley acquired from the Washington Wizards, but Derek Lively, of course, out for the season. Unfortunately, again, with a foot injury. How big is this turnaround for Daniel Gafford given the Mavericks' big man situation that they currently have?
Yeah, I mean, I just think, like you said, the biggest thing with Daniel Gafford right now is that he literally just feels better. And this is his words. Like, he was about 75 to 80% around 3 weeks ago. I think that's when he told the media. We asked him yesterday. He said that he's just feeling better. Now, that doesn't mean that he's 100%, because he said sometimes when he's just doing routine basketball stuff, he'll sometimes still feel that ankle. But he says just the NBA, you're always going to be fighting through something, and he's been fighting for this team all season. And it's going to be hard for anyone to convince me that if you see a guy just gutting it through month after month after month, that you probably don't feel like, okay, that guy's like playing not only for himself, but, for me, for the team and whoever that person is as well. And right now he's rebounding well. He's done his best, with the rim protection. He doesn't have like many perimeter stoppers, so he's having to guard too many shots at the rim, which is why the team's defense hasn't been amazing. But he's doing his job pretty good over the last couple of games, that he's been able to play. It's just been really fun to see him just like be aggressive again. I've watched Daniel Gafford for so long, him being on the Wizards before this team. He's always just been like one of those players that just, balls to the wall, just high energy, high strung player. So it's fun to kind of see him, look, happy out there to be able to do Daniel Gafford things. And then to see him and P.J. Washington play good in the same game is amazing, because, again, for next year, if they somehow don't move on from these guys and they do keep these guys, then that is something that they can go to. They can have a Gafford, and maybe if Lively's, still recovering early in the season, they can go to a small ball P.J. Washington at the 5. And they won't just, like, completely tank the team if some of the other players get better. So, for Mavs fans, I think they should be excited, because it's a win-win for this type of situation.
Yeah, he over his last 8 games, he's had 5-6 good ones and 2 or 3 kind of games. His best ones have been against the worst teams they've played, or teams that don't have a big on the floor. Either one. Like, Atlanta's a good team, but he had 2 pretty good games against the Hawks. The Hawks don't have a lot of effective size, especially off the bench. No offense, Jock Landale. And Gafford came off the bench last night, which I think is what he should do all the time, because he's an excellent backup. But he destroyed the Grizzlies. He had a really good game against the Raptors, who have not been playing very well lately. He destroyed the Hawks, had another pretty good game against the Hawks. Then he kind of struggled against the Thunder and the Hornets and the Magic, and all of those teams are, playing pretty well at the time the Mavs face them, or are just good in general. So, Gaff's thing has always been he will absolutely destroy you if you are bad or if you don't have a physical big to contend with him down there.
Yeah.
Earlier in the year, even against bad teams, he was struggling. Even against lesser quality opponents, he was struggling. Like on the court, ineffective size, he was struggling. So it's good to see him return to that form. But I still don't know if it's like, he should be the starting big man moving forward. I'm not of that opinion at all. But having a guy that could just come in and kick backups' ass is extremely valuable because the season is very long and you need minutes from those guys for sure.
And, of course, on that $18 million a year extension, and for Gafford, I had shortchanged him. He's shooting 83% from the field in his last 5 games, so been extremely efficient for the Dallas Mavericks. And for me, it's going to be about what that looks like as far as Derek Lively and his health is concerned. I see Lone Star Rob in the chat say, I just can't trust Lively's health. And unfortunately, that has become a large story for this team and their big man rotation. What does the short-term and long-term viability look like for Derek Lively II moving forward? He is going to be going into a year next year where it's a contract year. So they have a chance to give him a contract extension this offseason. Otherwise, he would play out the final year of his rookie deal and then go into next year looking for a brand new deal altogether. So some interesting decisions and conversations will be around that, obviously, but Daniel Gafford, at least good to see him back in the form. Of course, one of the more intense players on this team. Good to see him in some good health here over the last couple of weeks. And another guy who's finally starting to get back healthy and play well, especially in his last 3 games, of course, is P.J. Washington. P.J. Washington over his last 3 games, giving you over 20 points per game, shooting over 51% from the field, 9 boards, shooting 50% from 3 as well, and giving you 2 steals a game as well as a block. And PJ is another guy that's been dealing with injury all year long, particularly ankle and knee injuries for him. He had that flukish ankle injury that had him missing 4 or 5 games where he fell on a basketball prior to the Clippers game way back when that caused him to miss some time. So it's been an up and down rough year for PJ. But Bobby, this is a guy who is a Swiss Army knife type of player. We know what he's capable of as a small ball 5 and what he can provide on both ends of the floor when he's locked in. These last 3 games have been serving as a little bit of a reminder of what kind of player PJ can be. The question will be, consistently, can this continue not only just for the rest of the year, but also for him being potentially a big part of next year as well if he's still here?
He's had good games at the 5. He didn't play necessarily a majority of his minutes at the 5 last night against Atlanta, but he's good in space. I mean, the whole team is good in space. Like, literally every single player in the NBA is better whenever there's space on the floor to work with. There's more driving lanes. There's more room to pass. There's more room to just exist. You're not going to be stepping on each other's toes. And, PJ is really good in a situation where the floor is balanced and spaced out well. If he can provide it himself, that's even better. His shot is falling, which has been nice to see. This year has kind of just proven to be a bit of a lost season for him.
Sure.
I'm still not sure if Coop's the 3 and he's your 4, that's a good duo. I really don't think so, but maybe PJ is the 6th man. I thought he was going to be the 6th man this year.
Same.
I kind of still wish he was. Kind of a swing forward off the bench. He can come in at the 4, the 3, or even the 5 sometimes. But yeah, it's good to see him playing well. I'm out on the front court duo of Coop and PJ still, but I'm glad that he's playing better
As a starting tandem as far as them being on the floor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, I still think Coop. If I'm Dallas Mavericks, I'm just putting shooting around Cooper Flagg, and I'm just seeing how far he can go with just floor spacing players. Maybe your 5 can't be a floor spacer, but the other 3 players, again, outside of Coop, who's hopefully your 3 or your 4, hopefully need to be pretty high-level shooters, and just can see, like, what can Coop do? How much does his creation grow? How much does his playmaking grow? Like, seeing Coop have to maybe rebound more and be able to run the ball in transition, and instead of people being able to collapse on him in transition, now they either have to stick to a shooter, or Coop's good enough as a passer to pass it out to that shooter. So that's just how I would do it. But again, you kind of have to take what you have. They can't get like any value for PJ Washington. You have to figure out how to use a player like him because he's under contract at the end of the day.
Well, they'd get value for him still for sure, I think.
Yeah, I just don't know. Like, no one's like told me that, so I would assume so. But like, in the summertime is always interesting because teams will have more money, they'll have more space. Everyone believes they're good. Everyone believes they're going to win next season for the most part.
I'd bet big cashola that the first time it's like who's a sneaky underrated buy low guy.
Oh, PJ Washington
will be the top of the list.
Oh, the buy low candidates.
Long-term contract.
He is under contract. That's a win.
Yeah. Descending value, right?
I think it's descending value. I mean, it's a good deal in my opinion.
It's an incredible contract.
Just not for this team, yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe it'll get better. Maybe honestly, sitting on his butt for an extended offseason, letting that ankle heal. Maybe that'll do wonders for him next year.
Same for Gafford, too.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
But there's probably a team looking for a 4 that can guard, that, can do some of this, just fun stuff on the team. And he does a lot of like dirty work kind of stuff too. It's hard for him to do that every single game. That's why he was probably getting injured a little bit, but he can do some of that stuff. There's probably teams looking for that.
Sign and trade PJ and Gaff for Austin Reeves.
I think that one sailed.
Mavs fans rejoice.
I think that one sailed a little bit, buddy. I think that one has sailed just a little bit. Which is where we're going to go next as far as going around the association coming up here on the other side of the break, because there's a lot of things happening in the league, some hot teams, and unfortunately some bad news for a DFW star in Detroit. We'll discuss all that and more coming up next.
Folks, the men's basketball tournament starts today. The women's basketball tournament starts tomorrow. That means it is time for upsets. It's time for a great underdog story. Everyone loves one of those. And Sling is offering flexible 1, 3, or 7-day pass subscriptions. If you don't have a way to watch the game, pick one of these up. You can get a day pass starting at just $4.99. And get this, if any underdog, any 12 seed or lower, wins 2 games, and advances to the round of 16, then every single person that purchased a pass will get a 1-day pass for just $1 to use at any time throughout the rest of the tournament. On Thursday, for example, we got Troy, High Point, Siena, McNeese, North Dakota State, Hawaii, Howard, Penn, and Kennesaw State all playing. If any of those teams or any of the women's underdogs as well advance to the round of 16, then we are all big winners. So what are you waiting for? It's live TV your way. Learn more at sling.com/underdog. Again, sling.com/underdog. No purchase required. To learn more and see the full rules, visit sling.com/underdog today.
And you're going to need some fantastic food while you watch all these incredible tournament games happening across this weekend. And you're going to have some fantastic food courtesy of Wild Fork Meat and Seafood Market. They got 9 DFW locations. I love the Wiley location, of course. I was just there a couple of weeks ago. I got my New York strip steak primed and ready in the freezer at home, because remember, frozen is fresher, and they've got the best meat and seafood in the game. They've got every cut of meat that you're looking for, bold, Texan flavor, to be able to give you the best product that you are looking for. They've even got seafood as well, so if you're looking to do a little surf and turf over the weekend, they've even got sides to pair along with your favorite meat products as well, and they've got desserts as well. So if you're looking for some key lime pie, some chocolate pie, you got everything that you need at Wild Fork Foods. So check out wildforkfoods.com. They've got delivery options available for you as well. If you don't want to go to the store, they can deliver to you wherever you are from one of their 9 DFW locations. So check them out. Wild Fork Meat and Seafood Market, the best meat and seafood market in the game today at wildforkfoods.com. Welcome back to the DLLS Mavs podcast. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us here on this Thursday afternoon. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to DLLS Sports while you are here, and join the over 41,400 subscribers here at DLLS. We've got fantastic coverage when it comes to your Cowboys, Mavericks, Stars, Wings, and, of course, your Texas Rangers. We're opening day in Major League Baseball right around the corner. So make sure
1 week from today.
Yeah,
crazy
excited about that, man. So make sure you check us out wherever you find your podcasts, and on alldlls.com as well. We'll talk about that a little bit more later on as well. Let's go around the association here as we wind down the final 3 weeks of the NBA season. Playoff races are heating up both in the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference as the season winds down. The Mavericks have now played 70 of their 82 games, and these teams around the rest of the league, whether you're looking at the tanking race, which we have obviously been intimately looking at over the last couple of months as we move toward the NBA draft lottery, or the NBA playoff races themselves, things are getting tight in the East and the West. Unfortunately, though, we'll start with a DFW star in Detroit who's going to be out for at least the next couple of weeks for the Detroit Pistons. As Cade Cunningham has been diagnosed with a collapsed lung for Detroit, which means he'll be out at least the next couple of weeks. The team announcing today that he will be out of action for a little while. So Cade, who's had an MVP-like season leading Detroit to the best record in the Eastern Conference, most likely will have to go, if not most of the rest of the regular season without their superstar, which is a big deal because a team like Boston, who just got one of theirs back, and Jason Tatum, who hasn't been shooting the ball great, but his mere presence has got folks thinking that the Celtics could be a team that comes out of the Eastern Conference. Big blow for the Detroit Pistons. So all the best to Cade Cunningham because, I mean, it's a scary situation having a collapsed lung for sure.
Yeah, I have a tweet up by Kevin O'Connor of Yahoo Sports. He has like some similar timelines for collapsed lung. Now, everybody's body is different. Let's please take that context. But just some past recovery timelines of NBA players that have had that same injury. So CJ McCollum did twice, which I don't even remember him doing it twice, but he's done it twice. In 2023, he missed 12 games over 3.5 weeks. 2021, he missed 18 games, which was 6 weeks. Terrence Jones in 2015 was 6 games, 2 weeks. And lastly, Gerald Wallace, 2009, was 7 games, 3 weeks. So like the shortest timeline is 2 weeks. The longest timeline so far since 2009 has been around 6 weeks. The Pistons have about 14 games, which means if Cade Cunningham does not play for the rest of the regular season, he would not qualify for All-NBA or MVP voting. So if you look on his basketball reference in 20 years, you're like, how does the number one seed have a player that wasn't even on the MVP ballot? Like, it's going to be like, oh, wait, Derek White was 6th in MVP voting? Like, it's going to be a weird year. All-NBA first team is going to be completely probably changed now. He was a lock for first team All-NBA. So, I mean, I'm just sad for the guy, man. I mean, I don't think they were going to win the title, but, like, they were going to at least contend for the title, and he was going to be able to, like, again, just build up his resume of what he's accomplished in his career from an award standpoint. So, to kind of hurt both of those, the title contention and the awards, it just sucks for me. And, I mean, recovery just sucks of an injury. I mean, when you collapse the lung, you could have trouble breathing, and there's other things that come along with that I've heard just over the years. So it just really sucks, and I hope that he recovers well.
Yeah, the playoffs start in about 4 weeks. So, I think whenever Shams is talking about it, he said that they're optimistic that he can be back by then, which matters a lot. Now, it used to be that the last game of the regular season was like on a Wednesday, and the playoffs started that Saturday. But now with the play-in, it kind of affords you another week, which in Cade's case, that could come in handy a lot. I mean, remember, Luka strained his calf the last game of the regular season.
That's right.
In the third quarter of a game, the Mavs were up like 20. He was up literally the next stoppage. I think they were going to take these guys out. Yeah. And he strained his calf and ended up missing the first 3 games of the Mavs' first-round series. So he was able to come back in like 2 weeks or so, or a week and a half. 4 weeks hopefully affords Cade the time. Jamie Benn, actually, Stars captain. Hockey, it's a different sport, but Jamie Benn suffered a collapsed lung this training camp in late September of 2025. He didn't make his season debut until November 18th of 2025, so that's about 6 weeks. And I remember with him, the Stars were talking about it during his recovery process. It was like he is able to skate, but he's not able to get on a plane.
Sure.
Because the pressurization.
Yeah.
Stuff. So,
for real.
There's a lot that goes into it. So, like, Cade won't be able to be with the team, which, for something like this, you don't need treatment from a team doctor, but, like, just being with the team for morale purposes, also for, whatever, just being around the team. He's not going to be able to do that when they're on the road, probably. And then, they're only 3.5 games up on the Celtics right now. So if they stumble, they might not even be the 1 seed.
Yeah.
Whereas if Cade stayed healthy, they probably would have been the 1 seed, which at least, it's a neat little thing. So, yeah, horrible blow for the Pistons, and then obviously, pretty scary situation for Cade.
Yeah, it really opens the door not only for Boston, but also for New York as well. New York is hot. They've won 4 straight. Boston's won 3 straight. As Bobby mentioned, Detroit's up 3.5 games on Boston for the 2nd seed. They're up 5 games on New York for the 3 seed. Now it's going to be tough for New York to try to catch Boston with 14, 15 games left in the season, a 5-game cushion. But the 2 seed is obviously in play for New York, depending on what happens as well. So yeah, Cade's injury is big and has real ramifications on the top of the Eastern Conference, which has been obviously very competitive this year as well. The Pistons are actually on the road tonight in Washington to take on Ron's Wizards.
Let's not get too crazy, Washington. Just because Cade's out doesn't mean things change for you.
Yeah, I think Detroit will be able to handle business. Well, let me not say that. Because the Hospital Grizzlies doled out the worst loss of the season probably in the league to the Denver Nuggets last night, where Denver, is right now fighting to continue to remain in the top 6. Now, they are up 2.5 games on the Phoenix Suns for the 6th spot in the West. But, yeah, that loss last night was absolutely horrendous by the Denver Nuggets.
This also hurts the Mavs, right? Because the Mavs own the OKC pick, which means that pick is basically probably a lock to go 30th now. I mean, Detroit was – remember, like 2 weeks ago, they were teetering.
Yeah, they were going
the
back
best
and
record.
Forth. Yeah.
Sadly, that's probably over now, which means
Detroit's kind of spot. I'm not too worried about one spot.
I mean, it's not like,
Although with the Mavs' luck, the 29th pick will be a Hall of Famer.
Maybe Tyler Taylor, the next Fred VanVleet. Like, dang it, we were so close.
Should have had him. Should have drafted him.
But yeah. So just like for Mavs stuff, just to put it small, again, 29-30, not that big of a deal. But just to make it Mavs centered, sure, it technically hurt the Mavs slightly, even though that should not be the concern right now when somebody has a collapsed lung.
Yeah, the Pistons have stumbled a little bit over the last couple of weeks. That's allowed the Thunder to really kind of open things up as far as the best record in the league. In fact, they've won 55 of their first 70 games, and they've already clinched a playoff spot, have the Thunder.
Good team, huh?
So, yeah.
Without J-Dub for, like, majority of the season, too. Like,
which is kind of the scary part.
Played, man.
And they're still by far the best team in the league.
Yeah.
And it's like people almost forgot how good he is when he plays.
Yeah.
And it's like...
Which has allowed J-Dub to kind of just, take his time coming back. Like,
Jeremy Kane's hooping, man. He's playing so well.
Brother, the fact that Daryl Morey gave away Jerry McCain for free to Oklahoma City, and he has been
They better catch that pick they got, man.
He's really been really good for them.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of the playoffs, San Antonio can be the second team in the West to officially clinch a playoff spot with a win tonight. So if the Spurs win tonight, they will officially clinch their postseason spot in the Western Conference, where things have gotten really interesting over the last 10-12 games, particularly for the Los Angeles Lakers, who won their 7th straight game last night, sweeping a baseball series with the Houston Rockets, where, yes, Luka went ham last night. 40 points. He has averaged 38 points in 37 minutes over the last 9-10 games. For the Los Angeles Lakers, who have now secured the tiebreaker over the Timberwolves, the Rockets, and the Nuggets in succession, which means barring some late season collapse, the Lakers are going to be the 3 seed in the West. They're a game and a half up on the Timberwolves, 2.5 games up on the Rockets, and the same for the Nuggets. But effectively...
Oh, that means they get the Nuggets in the first round again, though?
If the playoffs were to start today, the Lakers would take on the Nuggets in the first round.
Oh, my God. Now Luka fans will know the pain of seeing Jamal Murray in the playoffs.
Well, I mean...
Let me tell you, buddy, you better get ready. If someone that's a LeBron fan, you better get ready when he sees those boys.
Funny enough you say that, though, because since Luka has joined the Los Angeles Lakers... They're actually 4-1 against Denver. In fact, they honestly should have swept all 3 games against Denver this year, because if Marcus Smart makes 1 or 2 of the threes that he missed in a game a couple of weeks ago in Denver, the Lakers would have swept the Nuggets for the season series as well. So,
well, look, Luka fans, keep that same energy. Please, believe it, hope. We need some more hope in this world. You can hope that. I'm just saying, man, we saw a lot of Jokic destroy Anthony Davis. If the way he made Anthony Davis look, like people like Anthony Davis, he ain't even all that. If he did that to Anthony Davis, DeAndre Ayton in a playoff series, and Jackson Hayes is coming off the bench. Good luck, brother. I'm just gonna say good luck. They couldn't guard. Jamal was just incredible in those last time the Lakers have seen him in the playoffs. He was incredible, and now he gets Austin Reeves guarding him. Like,
well, I mean, they did just hold him to 1 of 14 and fouled him out in a game that they had overtime last week. So he was awful. Jamal Murray was awful in that game. What I'll say is seeds 3 through 7 are separated by 5.5 games. Things are starting to separate at between the Lakers and the rest of the teams in the West. But they have clearly found something as the only team with a longer winning streak in the West right now, of course, is the Oklahoma City Thunder, who have won 10 straight games. The team with the current longest winning streak in the league right now is the Atlanta Hawks with their 11 straight wins. So you got an Atlanta team with 11 straight. You've got the Thunder with a 10-game winning streak, and the Lakers right now with a 7-game winning streak, 9-1 overall in their last 10 games. And Luka has firmly put himself back in the MVP discussion, even though I don't think he should have ever been out of it, but it is what it is. So yeah, man, the Western Conference is getting tight as well, and we'll see what the last 3 weeks looks like. But some good stuff happening around the league. If you were an NBA fan, it's a fantastic time of the year, based off of what we see in these playoff races. Coming up next here on the DLLS Mavs podcast, it is tournament time, and our guy Ron Harrod Jr. has put together some games that you need to watch. He's going to give us a couple of those that you need to pay attention to as a Mavericks fan as you get ready for the tournament and more. We'll do all that next.
And you all should become a diehard. And you can do that at alldls.com. And we do have a spring training deal to become a diehard. It costs $36 for 1 year. $36. Not that bad, everybody. And you can read some of the great work that we have on the page, such as your boys' work. So I'm going to plug me. I think that'd be great. I'm just saying. I like this job.
I'm doing a good job.
I'd like to keep it. And I'm just saying, we got some cool stuff again we'll talk about on the next segment. We have 5 March Madness games with major implications for the Dallas Mavericks. I think it's just fun because where the Mavs are in the playoffs, there's going to be so many players they're going to be able to take, and so many games for you all to watch. So I thought it'd be really, really cool just to say, like, okay, here are maybe 5 games that Mavs fans can watch that will have implications for their squad. I think that'd be really cool, and you can get that because it is a die-hard only article, so we would love for everyone to read it. But this article is for our die-hard. So if you become a die-hard by getting that code, scanning that code right there, you can do it, and it'd be really cool if you could read some of our work. But we also have the Cowboys. We also have the Rangers. We also have the Stars. And even very soon, we might have the Dallas Wings, everybody.
Oh, my God.
The CBA was signed. It will be happening.
Erica Day, what are you doing? Pick up the phone.
It's coming very soon. And, maybe Asia Wilson comes. But if it does happen, we will have it on alldls.com, everybody.
Oh, dude, there's going to be, they're going to make a splash. You know they are. They have to.
They have to.
And
if they do, when they do, we will have it on alldls.com.
If I can tack on real quick one more thing, there's a diehard only private stream tomorrow after the DLS Cowboys podcast. Fran Duffy, our draft guru here at All City, is going to be hosting a Q&A live with diehards on our YouTube channel. You can only access the stream if you're a diehard, so sign up today.
Let's continue here on the DLS Mavs podcast. Again, thank you so much for joining us here on this Thursday afternoon on the first day of the NCAA Tournament, where Lone Star Rod lets us know that Nebraska is blowing out Troy.
They are indeed. It is 41-23. So.
Troy?
That was quick.
Dude,
Come on,
Troy. Have you ever met a cool person named Troy? Probably. I don't know.
I have. You have?
I love how I always say, wait,
Troy
I have a
Aikman.
friend named Troy.
I was going to say personally, like
Troy. I've met Troy Aikman.
Yeah, Troy.
Oh,
Aikman.
yeah, Troy Aikman.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm
Besides that guy.
I'm gonna first off, I'm gonna find Troy Aikman's number.
Oh, wow.
Right. Secondly, I'm gonna call Troy Aikman and he won't answer. Thirdly, I'm gonna text Troy Aikman. Get it together.
Bobby.
Yeah. Figure it out, bud.
Do you know what
Bobby's
famous?
acting like he has his phone number.
I know, right?
Just
I know
Hey,
someone
this
that
is Bobby
has.
Correll.
I
You
could
know
get
me.
his phone number. I could.
You know somebody that knows somebody.
I know.
I mean,
I
he lives
know
in
somebody
Dallas.
that has Troy
I
Aikman's
know.
number.
I'm
wow.
sure you do.
All right.
He does
I don't
live in
have-
Dallas.
I mean, I'm sure
Area.
Chill would will hook you up. No, I'm just joking.
Oh, Clarence will call Troy. Troy will pick up.
Probably.
He'll pick up.
Probably. Do you know what famous Dallas Cowboy alum is from Troy? Went to Troy University.
DeMarcus Ware.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
DeMarcus
right.
Ware.
DeMarcus Ware. That's right.
There was a
think of any other
period,
player from there.
specifically that period of my life, I could tell you where every single NFL player went to college.
Oh wow, okay.
Oh yeah,
Well, I used to be able to do that
I
with
can see
basketball,
that.
too.
I
We
can
need
see
to have
that.
a John Wall segment.
John Wall segment for Brown.
Well, yeah, but I can't do that anymore. I used to be able to do that.
Hey, Kevin, Bobby, not a football guy. He always
I know,
always tells
exactly,
us
yeah,
not a
exactly.
football
No, it's just
Nope.
I had Madden 05 through Madden 08. I played those games a lot. I knew
Madden 08 was a
every
great game.
single college.
Madden 07.
Every
Was
single
Favre was on the cover, I think.
No, 07 was don't tell me Donovan McNabb. No,
Oh,
06 was
that's
Donovan
06 was
McNabb.
McNabb.
07 was Sean Alexander. 08
Oh,
was
yes.
Ray Lewis.
Yeah.
NFL
yeah.
MVP Sean Alexander. Wow.
Wow.
29 touchdowns.
Yeah,
But
man.
no cool
Yeah, he was
choice.
31 or
It was
29.
something. He was an NFL record for that year for sure. He was unbelievable.
Yeah,
in
that was
2007
crazy.
for Seattle.
Those were good moments. Those were good moments.
Those are the days.
But yes, the NCAA tournament is here, fellas.
It
You
is.
can try. I mean, you will stump me if you do it. So like,
Yeah.
we should absolutely do it. That's
Yeah.
going to make me look like a fool.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be
Arcane.
laughed at. I'm not afraid to be laughed
A
at.
Bobby John Wall type segment for NBA players. We have to come up with that at some
Where did John Wall go to college? Kentucky.
Yeah, that one's
point. Right, that's the easy
I know
one.
that one.
That's
Yeah.
the easy one.
legendary.
More like Kentucky. Right?
All right. You was doing really good. You got to relax. Now. You
The
was doing-
smile ruined the joke.
That's right.
Just how happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
We gotta
Oh,
nice job, Tanner.
we gotta reprogram the
No,
thumbs
no,
down.
we don't. I like
That
what he's
appears
doing
on
there.
my face every
Every
time.
time.
I don't
How
know
they
why
can
the
go anywhere
thumbs
else?
down is always on you, but it
It
worked
worked
out in
perfectly
that
this
case.
time.
It feels like it
For
should be in the
sure.
middle of the screen, but for my sake, I'm glad it's
Well,
not.
probably just to text the person with the most aura. And
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Instantly goes to the.
Speaking of Kentucky, yes, Ron, the NCAA tournament is here, and there's some important games if you're a Mavericks fan, which is hopefully why you're here, that you want to watch as we get ready for this tournament. But also the NBA draft lottery, which will take place on Bobby's birthday, which happens to be Mother's Day, May 10th, which we will which we will all be intently watching. But what are the games that the Mavericks fans? Just give us a couple as you preview what games Mavericks fans should be watching.
Yeah, so I think literally like the first game that came to mind it has to be BYU Texas. I mean, because it's not I picked BYU to win the game. I can't say for 100% they actually will win that game. I think it'd be a competitive game, at least it's because Texas is a team that's played down to opponents, but they can also play up to an opponent. And we understand that Debansa has 2 players out from, season-ending ACL injuries. So to see if he can just keep, 25, he leads Division I men's basketball in scoring right now with over 25 points per game. So can he continue to do that in a tournament game? I think it'd be really fun to watch. But also on the back end, his name's Dalen Swain is the guard for Texas. And if you're on our Tankathon fans, this is a guy that's mocked to the draft on Tankathon at least every single time. This guy's having a great season. He's 17.7 points per game. He's a good shooter. He's a junior, and he also will be in that game. So not only do you get if the Mavs love the draft, maybe they get Debansa. But even for our second pick, you can watch Dalen Swain and see, okay, what does this guy do? So it's 2 different players to watch if you're like a Mavs fan. So like either way, you kind of win if those players play well.
Do you like burnt orange?
I think I like the Texas colors.
I
I liked Colt McCoy when I was a kid, and I liked the way that
wow.
it looked. Like I like the
just never been a fan of burnt orange. It's tough to watch UT games for that
because
reason.
the reason I
Yeah.
can't imagine another team wearing that though. So maybe it's just like a UT bias. The Longhorns
Yeah.
a cool logo.
When I went to UT Dallas, orange was in our school color, but it was like a brighter orange.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
like brighter orange.
Like
it was,
Wild
it was
Fork
more like
orange.
the
Yeah.
Wild Fork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was even a
the
little
better
brighter.
orange, I might add.
Yeah.
Is the Wild Fork
I
orange.
agree.
Arkin says watching Louisville and USF to see how much Mikael Brown impact is missed since he isn't playing. Of course, he hasn't even
Oh
missed
wow, yeah.
the first
Yeah.
weekend of
Probably
the
left
tournament.
Louisville off the list, right, Ron?
I left them off the list. I did text some people yesterday to see, like, does this matter? And what I was told is that because Mikael Brown was so good in FIBA and some of the other stuff, and because he's played games enough this season, that they don't think it's going to impact his draft stock significantly. But if Darius Acuff goes for 40 points per game and 4 or 5 straight games, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if he moves. Famously, SGA moved up slightly in the draft because of his slightly good March Madness run when he was in college. So you just never know kind of who can go. I think that brings me to the next, just one other game, which is Texas Tech versus Akron. Not that Akron's a good team, but Christian Anderson is a player that I think has a chance to either go up in his draft, or if they somehow lose early because JT Toppin and Dallas native is out, then maybe he can fall a little bit in the draft. And again, that 30th pick on the Mavs, a good player can fall there. Like that's a very like Desmond Bain, Fred VanVleet type player that can like fall down to usually those kind of spots. And Christian Anderson is a great guard. That's a great 3-point shooter.
All-American this year.
All-American. I think that, a Mavs fan can be happy to watch. And, it's a Texas team. I'm not saying that, everyone that watches the show is a Texas Tech fan. But there's probably somebody that watches the show that also just going to go for Texas Tech. And there's a chance that Christian Anderson could be a Dallas Maverick. I don't think it will be with their first pick unless he goes on a run. But I did, in the article, if you read it, I think that he has the highest chance of going to Kemba Walker type of run. Because he's that type of guard player where like maybe the team's a little bit down, but he has these real big moments.
Kemba run was unbelievable.
Yeah, so like,
oh my God.
if there's a chance a player goes in that type of run, that's like kind of Kemba didn't come out of nowhere, but he wasn't like a freshman. I think Christian Anderson has a chance to do something like that. So I think he could just be a fun guy to watch, even though Akron, I don't think is going to beat this team.
Yeah, Texas Tech suffered a big blow a couple of weeks ago. What's the gentleman's name? It's escaping me right now. Towards ACL, was lost for the year.
J.C. Toppin.
Yeah, J.C. Toppin.
Dallas
yeah,
native.
Yeah, done for the season. That's a big loss for
Obi
them.
Toppin's younger brother.
That's right. And yeah, that's a big loss for them as they try to make themselves a little bit of a run in the tournament. Luke says, Bill Simmons said A-Cuff is the next Kyrie. What do you guys think? I think he's tripping.
Yeah. Well, if you saw my tweet, I said I don't think a college player should ever get paired to Kyrie Irving because that is just like such a high expectation. Even when we talk about the Peterson thing and people were comparing them to Kobe, it's like, bro, that's just like so much pressure. Like you're 18, 19.
All-time caliber player.
Yeah, it's just like, bro.
What if he means like, okay, who is an undersized guard that can escape the kind of the box that undersized scoring guards are usually put into? Kyrie is really one of the only ones. And so,
you have to be an elite scorer.
Also, to me, he doesn't even like play like Kyrie Irving plays, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like that's also like I think Derek Jacobs is probably the best passer in the class. Like he's probably not only does he get 3-point shot, he can score, but he's just a really good passer. Which is why I'm like the Trae Young stuff and stuff like that. I can see more of that. He's not exactly Trae Young, but Trae Young also dominated college basketball too, as we know. So that also was just a little. I mean, I think it was Seth Greenberg compared Nate Ahmet to Kevin Durant. And I was just like, I mean,
by the way, Seth
Rick
Greenberg,
Barnes did too.
Friend of the show,
yes.
Seth Greenberg.
And his coach did too. To be fair, his coach at Tennessee, Rick Barnes, who coached Kevin Durant in Texas, also said that. But I was like, man, they're just giving these kids like the toughest time.
Seth
that's
Greenberg
such a
also
hard
said one
standard.
time that Mo Bamba was a hybrid between Joel Embiid and there was one other famous center.
Comps can be.
That was at the time I worked for the Mavs, so I couldn't really partake in any of that stuff. But the Mo Bamba discourse drove me nuts.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God.
What was the wildest thing that you had heard?
The song was great.
No, Mavs fans were just convinced that he was the guy. And I'm like, please, just stop talking about Mo Bamba. Please stop talking about Mo Bamba. Nothing personal toward the guy. Like, I watched him and I was like, all right, yeah, it's pretty good. But, like, there's a lot of guys that I would rather take than Mo.
Yeah, it was.
Mo Bamba actually scared me when the Wizards took Alex Sarr. I was a little nervous because of like the Mo Bamba stuff. Like, he can guard the rim and he can shoot. And I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So that scared me a little bit. There's been so many players like Bol and Mo Bamba, these like taller, supposed to be able to shoot and guard the rim, and it just hasn't worked.
Yeah, for some folks, Mo Bamba was supposed to be the second coming. It was just like, hey, now wait a minute. Now wait a minute.
What a name though.
I mean,
what a song.
Yep, pretty good song.
Yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of spectacular play. You mentioned SGA and the run that he went on. I still, and I can say this confidently, I don't remember a single solitary second of SGA at Kentucky. I absolutely do not. People keep telling me he went there. I'm like, I do not remember watching him.
I remember him in the tournament a little bit
at Kentucky. But hey, man, Calipari and his guards. He's had a ton of great guards come through his programs. You could take it all the way back to Memphis when he had Derrick Rose there and his as a freshman leading them to the national championship game.
I'll give Isaac Harris of Locked On Mavs our arch nemesis show. All right, we don't F with them. Just kidding. We love them. Isaac told me, so leading up to the draft, I think it was at the time whenever we were like, I don't even know if we like talked to each other that much. Maybe I just saw him tweet about it. I don't know. But I swear we had a conversation where I told him Luka's the guy. And he said, I think you're right, but if they don't get Luka, Shea's the one I want.
Oh, wow.
Dang.
So
Oh, wow.
I
That
swear.
man just like threw it on the
Wow.
table
Isaac
and
called
walked
a
off
shot.
on Bobby.
Isaac called a shot.
That's incredible.
And that
Wow.
was absolutely true. And I was like, all right, I guess I got to watch him. And I watched Shea, and I was like, I see it, but I don't see I don't see the leap. And I was way wrong on Shea.
The 3-point,
Wow.
like he wasn't taking threes really back then.
Yeah,
The
I mean,
passing
that came out
wasn't
of
really
nowhere. And I was
there.
like the best 3-point shooter in the
Yeah,
league.
it's
It's like,
like-
dude, come on. Yeah, I mean, it's impossible to forecast that level of greatness that Shea's achieved, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, Isaac saw it a little bit.
Wow.
You know,
And the way he plays is like so unique. Like no player in the NBA really plays like that. Like this like slow-mo game, but he always gets past the person and he just gets whatever shot he wants and the free throw. So like he's a very like unique.
It's
play
always
style.
weird with Kentucky players because they go, a lot of during the Calipari years, a lot of those guys obviously went, top, 1, top 5, top 10.
Yeah.
But you look at their overall production in college, and you think, I don't know if it's
Booker came off the bench.
Booker,
right?
yeah, let's just say Devin Booker came off the bench.
he should not have. That was not a good decision by John Calipari.
Also probably true.
I mean, probably true, but it's just like the range of these players and how good they have been in the league out of the Kentucky years of Calipari was just pretty incredible. I mean, from Anthony Davis to SG, all of them have been pretty much hits except for Rob Dillingham. Who knows? Maybe he'll turn it around at some point down the road. But yeah, make sure you check that out. If you're a diehard member, you can check that article out right now. 5 games, if you're a Mavericks fan, that you need to be primed and ready to watch during the NCAA tournament, curated by our guy, Ron Harrod Jr., covering your Dallas Mavericks every single day. Let's take our final break here on our show. When we come back, we will take a tankathon spin to cheer up Bobby.
We have to cleanse whatever that atrocity was that happened yesterday from our memories from hereafter.
We'll try next.
Hey, we just released some new shirts on the site. This show is for Mavs fans only. But if you're also a Stars fan, well, hey, shout out to the Dallas Stars. They lost the other night, but last night was the game that they needed to win. They go into Colorado's house.
Let's go.
To eat their lunch. A 2-1 win in overtime. I was watching. It was DLLS After Dark for the Stars crew last night. I tried to stay up to watch the whole show. I could only make it about halfway through, and then this old man had to go to bed.
Oh, wow.
But, I mean, they were describing it. Obviously, that game was happening during the Mavs game and the post game, so I couldn't watch. But it was apparently ugly. It was apparently nasty, but they got the win. And Jason Robertson scored another goal.
Hey.
It is inevitable. So if you want to pick up one of those shirts, whenever you sign up to become a diehard, I think like maybe the latest stuff you can't get for free sometimes. Of course, when you become a diehard, you get a free shirt. But diehards also save 20% off all of their merch, even if it's brand spanking new. So you just save money. We're basically paying you to shop this stuff. It's incredible. So pick one up on our merch store today. Go to store.allcitynetwork.com or just go to alldls.com, click the merch tab, and get going.
Well, DNVR was just going through it last night then, huh?
Excellent.
Avalanche lost.
Suffer.
Denver Nuggets lost. Yikes. Broncos did make a big trade, though. They got Jalen Waddle from Miami.
Yeah, Miami.
They paid a hefty price to go get Jalen Waddle. I hope that's worth it for them.
Yeah.
Woo! Hefty price. It is what it is.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess they're actually all in, huh, Jerry Jones?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Busting the budget. How about that?
Yeah.
How about that? Before we get to the Tankathon spin, our latest one, just to give you an idea of the NBA action that's taking place tonight. As we mentioned, the Mavericks off tonight and tomorrow. They'll be back on the floor on Saturday. I'm going to take on Kawhi Leonard and the Los Angeles Clippers. The schedule for tonight's games, you got the Magic taking on the Hornets in Charlotte. Congratulations to Del Curry. He's having his number 30 jersey retired tonight by the Charlotte Hornets, so that should be pretty cool. So the Magic taking on the Hornets in a big game in the East. Ron's Wizards are going to get blasted tonight by the Detroit Pistons. Lakers on the second night of a hellacious back-to-back. They are in Miami to take on the Miami Heat tonight. Apparently, they arrived in Miami at 5 a.m. this morning off of their game last night against Houston. So they're going to look to extend their 7-game win streak to 8 when they take on Miami tonight. Cavs taking on the tanking Bulls in Chicago. Clippers against Pelicans. Pelicans beat the Clippers last night. So who knows? Or was it the other night? I can't remember. But the Pelicans beat the Clippers in the first game of their baseball series. So they look to make it back-to-back wins against Kawhi and the Clippers. Suns at Spurs tonight. If the Spurs win, they clinch a playoff spot officially in the Western Conference, becoming the second team to do so. Thunder have already clinched the playoff spot in the Western Conference officially. Bobby's Bucks visit the Utah Jazz tonight in Utah. Surprisingly, the Bucks are a 5.5-point favorite. I think the Jazz might actually win that game because the Bucks are in disarray at this point. And then the Philadelphia 76ers take on the Sacramento Kings on the road tonight in Sacktown to complete Thursday night's action.
How about the Pacers and the Wizards combining to lose 28 straight games?
Yeah,
Dang,
man.
you didn't have any games?
Have some self-respect, Ron.
Dang.
Not even the Mavs have done that.
We're getting like Will Riley like 40 minutes a game.
13 straight L's for the Wizards, and they are still holding on to second place for dear life.
Because
dude.
the Pacers have literally not won a game since the All-Star break.
Well, the Nets are heating up. They've won 2 out of their last 10, so they're in third. The Kings, for some reason, they're 5-5 in their last 10 games.
And
They've
that makes
fallen
me
from
so
first
happy.
to fourth. That is, I would be. Oh my god! If this was like DLLS Kings,
Ethical tank?
no.
Ethical?
No.
This is
Ethical?
horrendous. They've shut down everyone. They're still winning games.
Russ not letting them lose, man.
Dude,
Fire him.
that would just be.
Like,
I mean, this is how bad teams stay. They're
I mean,
the worst
yeah.
organization. They're maybe the worst organization in all of sports.
They went back-to-back. They beat the Clippers one night, and then DeMar the next night dropped 41 in a win for the Kings. Like, they just
yeah.
it's just, I don't know, man. Yeah, they're
I just can't believe what the Kings have done. And the Wizards has been disgusting, but this is probably their last year being able to tank, for who knows how long, hopefully. So you better do it good when you can. So they're probably going to tank it off. They were second last year and fell down to, 6? So hopefully it doesn't happen again, or it seems like the cycle just keeps repeating until you get the franchise-changing player, because they're not going to get a free agent. They're not going to, find SGA or something like that. So it's like, until you can land a Cooper Flagg or something similar, like, it just becomes this for a lot of these teams.
yeah.
And the
speaking-
Kings are,
Their rookie's actually been really good for them as of late. Maxime Reynaud, he's been really good for them.
He's a good player. Got him in the bottom of the first, right? Or the second?
Yeah.
Was he a
yeah,
second
like,
rounder?
you got to hit on
I
those
thought it was a
two.
late first round
Yeah.
pick.
Yeah, somewhere in that,
that
somewhere in the
range.
range that the Mavs will be. I'm telling you, man, that 30th pick could be a player.
Yeah. Wizards got Will Riley. He was good. They got Keyshawn George the year before that. He's been really good. So you can find someone late in the 20s and I guess 30. But you got to find your guy who then fits your team, your timeline, all that kind of cool stuff. You can find a Desmond Bain, a Keyshawn George, those type of guys. They're there.
Luke Byrne makes a great point. Preston Chua has been playing well as of late for Sacramento as well.
And that's just disgusting because he's not going to be a
Kings fans should be
if
apoplectic.
Preston
It's
Chua
like-
was balling on the Mavericks, I'd be beside
He
myself.
did ball
like
against the
Middleton,
Mavericks
like-
in one of these games.
Chris Middleton has directly won 2 games for the Mavs.
And
Yes.
he beat
and we
Memphis
were
and he
enraged.
beat Indy. And if the Mavs would have lost both those games, they'd be a half game out of 5th. Instead, they're only 1 game ahead of 7th. And it's like there's just no.
It's not
there's
like
no
Coop
reason
won them
for
the
that.
game. It's
Yeah,
like
there's
Chris
no
Middleton winning that
reason for
game.
You
Bet
know,
you wish he
it's,
would have took that buyout now, huh?
And that's why the Wiz said,
I mean,
Anthony
if
Davis,
it
you are
makes him more
shut
money, it's
down.
the right decision. But like,
Yeah.
he should not be on the. He's heating up. Time to sit down. You know.
Kind of like PJ. PJ been all of a sudden cooking over the last few games. Like, hold on now. Now, wait a minute. Relax now.
Just calm it down, fellas.
Mr. Munoz says AD will go down and the Wizards will be right back to tanking next. Just watch.
AD's about to have a lot of hate watching going on next year from a lot of different fan bases.
I hope not. I hope Mavs fans.
They're
are
for sure going to
cool
hate
about
watch
it.
them. Pels fans have been hate watching
I
them.
hope Mavs fans don't, dude.
Like,
If you
not
hate
AD's
watching
fault.
the Wizards,
Literally,
like,
it's
all
not
right.
hate
AD's
watching
fault.
Anthony Davis
Yeah,
specifically.
I
I
bet
don't think they'll care enough to hate watch them.
That's
we
true.
see the comment. People care. Like
That's not saying he'll hate. They just say he'll
they
go down.
hate this man.
I'm telling you, dude. AD did not want to be a Mav.
No,
all
he did not.
Absolutely not.
In general, let
Yes.
alone under those circumstances.
Correct.
This guy never wanted to be here. It is not his fault.
No,
I
it's
say,
not.
I say,
No, they should not hate watch him,
wish
but I
nothing
think
but the best for him.
because
honestly.
if he somehow does well in Washington, it will be the opposite. Like
I
it will
think
be
if
even
he-
more
if
hate.
he-
It'll be hate
if he
watch
does too
on
well,
that
Mavs
side.
fans will hate watch.
Yeah, so like either it's like if he's done for the whole season, they're like, I'm glad we traded him, and this is what I told y'all was going to happen.
If he plays 75 games for the Wizards next year, they're
Yeah,
like, now, wait a
right.
minute.
Makes
Now,
and like, I've been saying,
First
I
team all
legit think he plays.
defense,
Right.
and, you know, it's like,
I think he
oh
plays at
my
least
God.
50 games next year because it's just like eventually it just has to switch. Like it can't be like you don't play for like basically 2 years. Like unless he just retires.
It can be.
Outside of the year,
But he hasn't suffered like a major.
Joel Embiid has missed more games than
But
he's
his
played.
knee is, barbecue chicken. Like, his knees. Anthony Davis has no major injury. It's like, this is going to kill his career. Like, Embiid's knee is, like, legit. Like, he might, like, sadly, Embiid at 60 years old, like, might struggle to walk because there's some stuff I've read about his knee.
Yeah,
and Davis has no major injury. No ACL tear, no Achilles. He has nothing major that's ever happened to him. So it's like.
But if you touch him, he gets injured. So
the wind blows. He's
I mean,
breaking
he tore
a
a ligament
hand
in his hand playing defense.
But that's
like
that's just gonna happen. Though,
that sucks. Like it's not his
like,
choice.
I'm saying, like, the bigs that have had shorter careers have had major like foot injury, knee injury. A big is never career ended because like, oh man, the ligament injuries in his hand just kept going. Like, and again, maybe he's an anomaly.
He does have to wear goggles.
Goggles for
though.
the rest of his
have that one.
NBA days.
That's not a major injury though, in my opinion.
What you mean? He had surgery. He had to repair an eye.
You're this close to losing your eye.
Yeah, he was almost blind in one eye. Like he literally had to
And
detach.
the goggles kind of swaggy. I'm being honest. Like he looks better with the goggles.
I'm sure he would prefer not to
Like,
have.
the brow was trash.
I'm sure
the goggles blocked the brow.
The goggles
and
do kind of
the
block out
goggles
the brow.
kinda
Yeah,
like-
it's a
the
rebrand.
goggles are dope, bro.
Man.
Some players look better with glasses.
The goggles look good.
No,
The goggles
he's
look
a good
good.
goggle.
Like, I
He's a
kinda
good
like
goggle
with the
haver.
goggles.
Yeah, he's a
But
good
I'm also
goggle
like
haver.
hoping that he just can play
Yeah.
basketball. Like it's like, bro, like imagine the
dude,
man never
he's
played
gonna,
50
like,
games,
in
no
the-
major
in the-
injury.
in the striped jersey, like the old Bullets jersey. The
Oh,
goggles are gonna go hard, dude. He's gonna look like a throwback.
Yeah, with the
Yeah, no, it's gonna.
A young Wes
it's a good
Unseld out
look,
there.
man. Yeah, it's a good look.
Yeah. There we go, classic Stain Glover. I appreciate that.
Maxi Renault went 42nd. Oh wow. Okay. There you go. Look, man. I hope the best for Anthony Davis. Bobby made the point. Like he did not want to be here, and he never desired to be a Dallas Maverick. I mean,
He tried, but he failed.
it is funny seeing that video keep resurfacing of him when he was with Team USA with the late Kobe Bryant, and he was sitting there right in the back, right behind him, Nico Harrison. That's when Nico traded for AD. It was right there in that moment, right there. Class Sandler, I don't hate you. I'm just not watching Washington. I mean, other than Ron, who's watching Washington on purpose?
Yeah, I don't think that's a nationally TV team.
No, that's for sure. It's time to take our tankathon spin here. I'm not gonna make you relive what happened last night because
We never speak about it again.
Again, I'm just
Never
warning you,
again.
things can happen.
The Warriors getting the #1 pick was just like so funny, and I genuinely feel like they will. I feel like a Warriors or a Grizzlies #1 pick is like almost inevitable for me. It genuinely feels like that.
A Warriors.
Hope I'm wrong.
The #1 pick would be a parting gift from Adam Silver to Stephen Curry. As he ends
Warriors
his
or
career.
Grizzlies, man. I just feel that. But
Oh
hopefully
no,
not.
TCU blew a 15-point lead, and now Ohio State's
Oh,
winning.
no!
Oh no!
And I picked TCU to win.
Oh,
It's a 1-point game. It's a 1-point game.
Yeah.
Go either way. 7 minutes to go.
Yeah, it's time. But still,
that's like a word is buzzing around the office. Like it's a 1-point game, 7 minutes. And it's like, I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go sit in the break room for half an hour.
and hopefully something changes.
Yeah.
I
All
blame
right,
KJ.
coming into today, the Mavericks sits in 6th. Your top 5 teams are Indiana, Washington, Brooklyn, Sacramento, and Utah at 5, with the Mavs at 6. Atlanta, courtesy of the Pelicans, sit there at 7. The Grizzlies at 8. Remind me who's at 9. Chicago is at 9, and Milwaukee's at 10.
To give you an idea, Kevin, of the unlikeliness of what happened last night, the Mavs fell to 9th. They have a 3.7% chance to pick 9th, and they hit on that.
Oh wow!
But as it stands, more optimistically, they have a 37.2% chance to move into the top 4 and a 9% chance at the #1 overall pick. And I'm feeling good about today because this is spin number 41. We're doing it for Dirk.
Okay.
That's right.
Cat been chilling the entire time. She heard Dirk's name. All of a sudden,
How can
we
you
know.
not?
We know.
Best.
We know you love Dirk. We all love Dirk. That's for
With
sure.
his jersey hanging in our rafters.
yeah,
Come on,
background.
Dirk. Come on,
DLS
Dirk.
rafters.
Bring us good fortune,
All
Dirk.
right, Tanner.
I'm predicting #4 for the Mavericks.
Watching last night. Let's go.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Dirk is the goat. Dirk is the goat. Dirk is the goat.
No.
We tried
They
to do it
fell
for
one.
Dirk.
They
They
fell
Dirk.
one. Oh,
Man, this
well,
Hello, Darius Acuff. You are a Dallas Maverick.
Slightly's
you better pack
dream
those
comes
bags.
true.
This one's boring. This one's really like nothing exciting really happened.
I guess the
What you mean
Hawks.
nothing exciting happened?
another move
Boozer?
down.
What?
Mavericks got
happened?
Darius Acuff.
No, I mean like no one moved
What do the
a lot.
Hawks do in
like,
this situation? This is
Yeah,
very.
this is a pretty uneventful lottery.
It'd be
No
really
one got
boring.
like royally screwed with this spin.
Except for the Washington Wizards.
And the Mavs.
I mean,
But
No,
yeah,
no
that's
one, the
not
Wizards don't
screwed,
count.
though.
The Wizards don't count.
oh wow!
The Kings actually moving up is kind of a. That's not
After all that
justice.
trash, that's what you get.
That's
All that
not
trash we
justice.
For
talked
some
about
reason,
Sacramento.
I feel like if Peterson goes there, it just won't go well. Like I don't know why I feel that.
He
but-
might go back to Kansas if that's the
Yeah,
case.
he'd be like,
Actually, I'm good.
Actually,
here.
let me make
I'm
fun
I'm gonna
Yeah.
become a monk.
Yeah. Cam
uh,
Boozer to the Hawks feels weird. Like, do they have Jalen Johnson? That seems like a bad fit.
I think they would take a guard, but
That is now, by the way, the 25th time the Mavs have moved down out of 41 spins, and the 7th spin in our last 8 where they've moved down. We are on an all-time
Losing
streak, just like the Mavs.
Dirk wants us to get a cuff. Luke, you know what? Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe, you know what?
Dirk feels like I like
that's
the
a
young
good
kid.
way to look at it. Dirk wants us to get Acuff.
Now, I did earlier in the show, I saw a highlight reel of his defense in the conference tournament, and
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
horrendous.
I
It's
am
awful.
Ja- yeah, he's been on the heat there.
I don't know if I agree with Dirk on that one.
Defensively, it's
Yes.
just not great when it comes to Acuff.
Oh,
Offensively, woohoo!
Mavs fans, they probably love him now.
Look, if they get 7th, it is what it is.
Yeah,
I'll,
kind of is.
I'll grin and bear it, and it's going to be.
It'll be fun to
I'll
watch.
complain for a little bit, and then it'll be okay. But they're moving up, man. They're moving up. It's going to happen. Let's get all the bad ways out of the way now, so that
Yep.
for the real thing, they're ready to go.
All right. I appreciate it. I got Tanner made us look good. It sounds good as always. Thank you, sir. That'll do it for us here on the DLLS Mavs podcast. We're back tomorrow at noon right here on DLLS Sports. That's our DLLS Mavs analyst, Bobby Curl. That is our DLLS Mavs beat writer, Ron Harrod Jr. I'm your man, Kevin Gray. We are DLLS Mavs. Y'all enjoy the rest of the day. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Y'all be good. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.